Today I'm going to be reviewing a specific anime show that really caught my attention just because of how militaristic it is.
Wait, did you just say something about militaristic stuff in this show?
Yes, it is clone number 2, but I would highly advise you do not go. He's gonna learn the hard way. Yes, I'll be reviewing 86, an anime that sort of robotic tank types, but a little different. It also has a lot of the human experience and also discrimination against a group of people. Put that all together and you get this sort of anime, 86. Whether it's worth your time or not, that's why you're here. I'll be reviewing it for y'all. Let's go with the plot.
You didn't care enough to ask us for our real names! It never even crossed your goddamn mind!
So a group called 86 are forced to fight an enemy called Legion. And the country that forced these people, colored hair people, I would say, because they all have white hair. Yeah, they literally made these people that have standard hair like ours, they forced them into doing their fighting in the Republic. In this century, things have changed so much that day-to-day life is with people who have only white hair, at least in this country, and to their view are the superior beings. One woman by the name of Vladilena Miliz, if I even said that correctly, I am so sorry, who believes that it is wrong to throw the 86 lives away and thinks it's inhumane. Pretty much the only person in the country that believes it's wrong how we're treating this group of people. And bear in mind, one of the only characters here that thinks that way. The leader of this group of 86 is led by Shinye, or Shinye, also known as the Reaper, who goes into battle wishing for death. The rest of the characters show their struggles and how they feel about the Republic's view of them. The discrimination and inhumane acts are all in this story that shows the will of people trying to survive this hell of war against robotic machines. Vladilena will soon take up charge of this group of 86 that Shinye leads, after the previous handler killed themselves due to working with this group, which the plot explains. Overall, the story focuses on her and her relationship with the 86 group, as she tries to understand them. Though some of them don't really trust her because she is a white-haired girl, and since most of them just don't like them, they think she may be no better, but she actually builds a bond with them as time goes on in the story. So pretty much it focuses more on her in this group. However, the show goes through the halfway point and changes, which I wasn't expecting, but you do get two different feelings of the show, with the first half and then the second half. Totally different, with like someone trying to know these characters to now other stuff, which I won't get into detail. Just expect that change. And while the story doesn't explain much of where the Legion comes from, it does end on a high note for this season that, well, hopefully there will be a continuation. The animation is really sweet. The CGI work in here actually does blend in pretty well. This is good CGI work. Most animes these days do use CGI. Some do good, some do not. Like Tokyo Ghoul, I did notice those CGI backgrounds. I keep bringing that up because that was one thing I noticed. But yeah, these spider tanks, they aren't bad when it comes to the CGI design. They blend in nicely with the 2D animation. Action scenes play out well, and I do like this style of artwork in this anime. But it's that type of style you would know by this point, as it looked kind of, well, what I would like to say, the new typical anime art style that we know. The characters in here you will like, but we have a lot of characters in here, and some don't really have a lot of backdrop because they're not really the main focus. It's mostly about 5 characters along with the girl. So the main characters, like at least the main ones, do have backstories that explain why they're doing what they're doing. Well, in some instances. Few of the main characters don't totally get a full backstory, but their character is developed well enough to actually get attached to them and you want to see them survive. Most of the characters you'll see hit the grave fast, which the rest of the characters that make it through show how they feel about things, their personalities and their struggles. Heck, even one of them hating the group of people, the Republic, for putting them into this discriminatory position due to how they are. So the fact that it shows this sort of viewpoint, it kind of makes you think. Both sides are kind of like really hating on each other. One group has been discriminated against, but going around and looking at the other group too, I mean, that had probably nothing to do with it, is also just as bad. Shin is the main lead of the show along with his friends, allies, but his motivation is for death, but mainly going after his brother, who, which I won't say here for spoiler purposes, there's reasons why he's going after his brother. Really big reasons. And Shin also has a gift which was caused due to something happening to him in the past with his brother, which allows him to kind of hear the voices of these machines. There's a reason why he could hear voices of these machines. While Vladilena is kind-hearted but can't do anything to prevent the 86 from suffering due to this viewpoint in her country, as much as she wants to help them, she views them as human beings compared to the rest of her countrymen. She actually reminds me a lot of Layla Macau from Code Geass, Akito the Exiled. Very familiar. All in all, the rest of the characters you'll see have their moments to shine. With their personalities, you see them struggle with loss, try to convince a friend not to go at it alone, someone who has a crush on a specific character, someone who likes to draw. All of these human interactions in life show during time of war. I really liked Raiden's character. So cool, but also the one to talk to Shin out of things. Well, reasons near the end of the show because, you know, like I said, Shin accepts death. And isn't Karina cute when she has a crush on a specific character? I think one character that was just alright in my opinion, even though she was part of the second phase of this season, was Frederica Rosenfort. Yeah, she was okay. She has a specific gift that allows her to see past and present events. She's also from another nation that fell. I don't know if it was the voice of her character or just her. Nothing wrong with the voice actor, and I get she's supposed to sound like that because she's a little girl, but that was the one thing that made me feel a little iffy, and I don't know why. On top of that, why would a little girl be on the battlefield? I know there are true stories of kids fighting in war, so I guess it would happen here, I guess, but she's barely fighting, only using her gift for specific moments, and she's also supposed to be like an icon for the group in the military group. But other than that, I liked their journey, these characters' journey through a hellish situation on this planet with Legion all around. Now, for my enjoyment, while hopping into this show, I was expecting it to be something else that I did not predict. So, I enjoyed the first half. I really liked it. The second half changed the game, which I didn't expect, but was still fun. But it wasn't the same as part 1. However, it's all worth it by the end of the show, which was probably one of the best endings you can get. Even though its ending still has more story to tell for these group of characters. I also felt a little bit depressed and sad watching these last few episodes. Heck, even the ending kind of made me feel a little sad. Because the voice actor that did the main character, Shin, Billy, who also did Now For Me and Rising of the Shield Hero and some big names in JoJo Bizarre Adventure, he passed away and he had to step away during his battle with colon cancer, and they had to replace him. So the last 2 episodes was a different voice actor, so it kind of hit hard for me watching it, just knowing that while he had voiced a majority of the show, the last 2 episodes felt like I guess a goodbye in a sense. It was pretty, I think most people will get that feeling. While the ending was spectacular, it's that's going to make you feel sad. So to me, it felt like a bittersweet ending for Billy, knowing that he won't voice the character again. Overall though, I really enjoyed this anime. While most war animes focus on mechas like Gundam, this has a different approach to some degree. And yes, teenagers and mechas, like most other animes out there, been there, done that. but it's not enough to board you. It's still an enjoyable ride.
Gunslinger. Heading 060, distance 800. The enemy's front rank, third growl from the right.
Roger.
So, 86, do I think it's worth a watch? Yes, it is worth a watch. If you like depth or character dramas with what's going on in war and just how they struggle, then this is for you. You will like the anime. And, you know, it's also a good send-off to Billy since he's not here with us anymore. So it is pretty sad, but it is a good show. And I would definitely say, yeah, watch it. It's really good. You will enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Peace, everyone. And clone number 2 isn't back. I hope he's okay. Ah!